Hi, another episode of Supernatural series, the fourth episode of the first season. What can I say? First, it is still clear that the series is quite cheap. Now I am starting to better understand the first episode of the Lost series when they spent I think $5 million on it. If before the Lost series other series were perceived at exactly this level as something secondary and purely entertaining, so this is what series were like in the 90s, without an overreaching storyline, without much development, just to fill the evening with something. I have already begun to forget this series, how it was 10 years ago. Anyway, you should watch this. I will insert the relevant shots. The second, the second thing that is really unusual is that two white heterosexual men do cool things and not like in the series Rings of Power, where the characters are just ugly. Even in Denis Villeneuve's Dune, the characters aren't as charismatic as in the Supernatural series. Third, this is a monster of the week type episode. This is not a plot episode. Fourth, the plot with the father continues to develop, or rather, is simply present in the episode. Here, at least, they learned that their father is alive, and for some reason he left a message in which he gave his son's phone number. But why doesn't he want to meet his son? I don't understand. Sixth, the way they played internal security agents was amazing. What chic, magnificent costumes they had, how they got into warehouse, how they escaped. Well, that's cool. Two such macho men. Seventh, if we talk about the episode, then I have a few small problems with it. What kind? First of all, they did not explain how demons work. So any random demon can possess any random thing and cause some kind of disaster. This is the kind of demon that could possess, for example, minibus drivers and cause disasters over and over again, one disaster every day. Sooner or later, someone would have put two and two together and panic would have started. Oh, well, this demon was stopped in the series simply by accident. There could have been hundreds of such plane crashes, and these two Winchesters would never even know which plane would be attacked next. So someone accidentally called them and said that we have problems. Then they accidentally went to some warehouse. There they accidentally discovered something with the help of an accidentally invented thing. Then, by chance, the right stewardess was on the next plane and she accidentally helped them neutralize the demon. By chance, no one saw or heard that they were performing an exorcism on the plane. This is just a very weak plot. You understand, this series seriously breaks the lore of the world. I keep thinking I could improve this series. For example, if there was, say, a Central North American office that would operate, say, in the USA, Canada, and Mexico, and this office would have 5 or 10 agents who would investigate all sorts of creepy cases, and this office, for example, would collect various statistical materials and then would send out instructions to these Winchesters that, for example, strange things are happening in such town, and so that from this office they would receive false documents and possibly money as well, because the Winchester brothers obviously only spend money but never earn any. So leave everything the same as they have in the series, only as if they would simply receive tips. They would simply call once or twice per episode and report that strange events are happening here and there. There were few agents, for example about 100 for the entire United States of America. This would at least make the plot more realistic. Otherwise they just pick up a newspaper and see, aha, something strange happened. Let's go there and see what we can do and what we can't do. Overall conclusion: I was a little disappointed with the episode. First, the graphics are very bad. Second, the plot is very forced, especially in contrast to the third one. Third, the episode have cool dialogues, great chemistry between the characters when one of them is afraid of flying and his fear of flying is justified. And this is really great. Okay, overall, the rating for this episode is, well, 7 out of 12. Thank you for your attention.